Hi, I'm Helen. In my first ever vlog, I talked about the recurrent story motif of the hidden door to other unworldly places. Today, I would like to refer to another persistent and potent European myth, rumours of a hidden fortunate or blessed isle in the Western Ocean, the abode of the unseelie ones, the elves, gods, or the dead. A later example is the Isle of Avalon in the Arthurian legend written by Geoffrey of Monmouth in 1136. In the old religions, these phantom islands were believed to be a paradise of peace and happiness, and although held in a perpetual state of springtime, they were said to be abundant with autumn fruits, especially apples. Also, they were thought to be round islands, divided in two by a wide river, as in Plato's description of Atlantis. There are reports of them floating or of being submerged, rising above the surface only at night. Elusive, mysterious places to which expeditions have rarely been successful. And when a glimpse of one appeared, it was said to shimmer in sunny mists, with echoing laughter fading before it vanished. I have been developing a story centred about one such hidden island, a location that enables a covert ingress or loophole into a paradisical earth, but only those who are entitled to visit because they have seen a dead underworld and there gleaned recondite knowledge on how to nurture our increasingly damaged but once near perfect planet. Before I began to write, I needed to find a suitable model for such a place. I searched on the internet for islands for sale, found none that fitted the bill until I discovered Marmara, which is located in the Sea of Marmaris near Turkey, a place once called Prokonessos, or for most of its history, Prokonessos, Island of the Royal Dowry, and Principo, Island of the Aristocracy. In the 8th century BC, it was colonised by Ionian Greeks, and legend says it was a visiting place for Jason and the Argonauts and the Hellenic expedition against Troy. The real Marmara is famous for its crystalline rock or shimmering stones that sparkle and gleam because white marble was once quarried there. It is located in Propontis, or the Sea of Marmara, which leads into the Black Sea. However, using my artistic license as you do, I have moved this island into the Ionian Sea near Corfu, so it might be reached by ferry from Brindisi, an Italian coastal port, and then given it a slightly different history by developing two backstories for it. The first refers to its ancient name, Prokonessos. Because this means the dowry of a princess, I have chosen to identify her as Chrysothemis. She was the daughter of Clytemnestra and Agamemnon. Chrysothemis means golden order, and under the traditions of a matrilocal society, she was due to inherit her mother's queenship, palace, and lands. But this family has a tragic history, and what happened to them caused a profound shift in the way human society was organised. You see, Chrysothemis narrowly escaped being murdered by her brother Orestes after he slaughtered his mother, Clytemnestra, in a bid to take over the queen's realm and abolish the religious practice of sacrificing kings. In myth, Chrysothemis is said to have lived out her days in poverty. Nevertheless, I wish to give her another destiny. In my backstory, she manages to escape with her womenfolk to Prokonessos, where she successfully re-establishes her wealth from the production of saffron, which in the Bronze Age was a very lucrative crop, being used as a dye for fabrics and also prized to relieve pain, and is still used as a food flavouring today. Incidentally, Saffron Walden in England was once famous for growing these crocuses. Chrysothemis means golden order, but it also refers to the colour of the crocuses. And the princess used her income from growing and exporting those flowers to build a palace and a newly flourishing life on the island. And in thanks for her good fortune and survival, Chrysothemis dedicated a grotto in the labyrinthine caves within my island to Persephone, Queen of the Underworld. This subsequently becomes a place of pilgrimage, bringing yet more wealth to the island. My second backstory for Prokonessos refers to its renaissance in 1749, when a teenage heiress called Selene de Bonnier and her guardian, a Mrs. Nellie Regina Foxhouse, arrives there. I present Selene as possibly the love child of an aristocrat and Mrs. Foxhouse his mistress, but she's not Selene's mother. Speculation at the time hints at a political coup being responsible for driving these two women into exile, with Selene's father to arrive later. But he fails to come. A portrait of Nellie by Pompeo Bantoni, a painter of Milordi, hangs in the beautiful Georgian villa which, in my story, now presides over the island's harbour. In this painting, Nellie has intelligent eyes, wears golden striped pantaloons, and has her coal black curls piled up and wrapped in a gleaming scarf. I paint Nellie Foxhouse in my writing as a formidable character, possibly a Russian gypsy, cultivated, highly educated and fluent in several languages, unconventional and great company. Prokonessos was uninhabited when these two women arrived, a backwater real estate with antique ruins. But they came equipped with a team of tradespeople who set about building a villa. Prokonessos has a source of efficacious mineral waters, and Mrs. Foxhouse promoted the island as an exclusive must-see visit on the Grand Tour. But you had to write first for a private introduction. The Earl of Purbeck, Anthony Neville Boothby, dropped by for the mineral waters and lunch, fell for both the island and Cellini. They married, had 3 children, during which time the Earl extended and decorated the villa, together with designing the plantation of specialist trees in the gardens, something carried on by Mrs. Foxhouse. The Earl had to return to his estates in England. Cellini went with him, but came back to Prokonessos with 2 of their girls after he'd died. Her oldest son having inherited the title and his English estate, while Cellini, as the Dowager Countess, felt redundant and wished to return to manage her own estate on Prokonessos. For even after the luxury of a privileged lifestyle in England, her life on Prokonessos was special, with its mild climate, and there she enjoyed the freedom to organise her life as she saw fit, which was unusual for an 18th century aristocratic woman. With Mrs. Foxhouse's firm business head and eye for opportunity, both women enjoyed being inventive entrepreneurs and thereby kept the Prokonessos estate financially viable. This brings events up to the present, with the island having been a successful tourist destination ever since. In the next episode, I'll be talking about where I drew inspiration for the most intriguing and dangerous attraction on the island, which is the location for some important action. Until then, bye for now.